What if I told you that the difference between failure and success, between drifting through life and commanding it, comes down to just 5 minutes each morning, not 5 hours, not a complicated schedule, just 5 minutes. Sounds impossible, right? Stay with me, because what happens in those 5 minutes is the very foundation of greatness. And here's the twist. The real secret isn't about what you add to your life, but what you unlock. Ethan was not born successful. At 27, he was exhausted, broke, and lost. His mornings, a blur of snooze buttons and stress. Dreams buried under bills and distractions, until one morning, everything changed. Not with luck, not with money, not with a miracle, but with a 5-minute routine, one that looked almost laughable at first, yet transformed his entire destiny. And inside those 5 minutes lies the secret to changing yours. Minute 1. Ethan sat up in bed, feet on the floor, and whispered a single sentence. Today is mine to win, not the world's. Not his boss's, not chance's, his. Why did that matter? Because the first words your brain hears in the morning become the lens you wear all day. And in that moment, Ethan stopped being a passenger. He became the driver. But that was only the beginning. Minute 2. Instead of grabbing his phone, Ethan grabbed a notebook. On a blank page, he wrote, "One thing I will achieve today is," and he filled it in. Just one thing. Why one? Because most people drown in endless to-do lists. Ethan gave himself a target he could actually hit, and hitting one target built momentum. Momentum turned into progress. Progress into confidence, but clarity was only step 2. The deeper secret came in the stillness of the next minute. Minute 3, troll. Minute 3. Ethan closed his eyes. Inhale 4 seconds, hold 4, exhale 6. Again and again. Just 60 seconds of breathing. Why? Because breath is command. It silenced the noise. It calmed the storms of anxiety. That 1 minute wasn't about breathing. It was about training the mind to obey, not wander. And what you train in minutes becomes strength in years. But calm without energy is nothing. That's why minute 4 lit the fire. Minute 4, Ethan stood up. He moved, push-ups, squats, jumping jacks. It didn't matter which, just 60 seconds of motion. And motion created momentum. A body in motion doesn't just wake muscles, it wakes ambition. Science says movement sparks energy, but the story? Ethan's mornings stopped feeling heavy. They became electric, and this electricity carried him through the day. But there was still 1 minute left. And it was the strangest, most powerful of all. Minute 5. Ethan closed his eyes again, not to breathe, but to see. He pictured himself calm, sharp, victorious, walking through the day he had just prepared for. He saw the handshake of the deal. He heard the applause after the presentation. He felt the satisfaction of finishing strong. Why did visualization matter? Because the brain doesn't fully distinguish between imagined success and lived success. And the more Ethan practiced seeing it, the more his body believed it was possible. What you believe, you pursue. What you pursue, you repeat. And what you repeat, you become. At first, this 5-minute routine felt silly, but days turned into weeks and something changed. His mornings stopped being accidents. His days stopped spiraling into chaos. One clear win each day stacked into victories. Recognition followed. His neglected side business grew. Even his relationships deepened. Because he wasn't just reacting, he was leading. And the real reward? It wasn't just success. It was self-respect. Because every morning, Ethan proved to himself, that he was in charge of his own life. So here's my question for you. What could your life look like if you gave yourself just 5 minutes each morning? 5 minutes to declare ownership. 5 minutes to focus on what matters. 5 minutes to breathe, move, and see the person you're becoming. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Because if you can control the first 5 minutes of your day, you can control the destiny of your life. If this story sparked something inside you, don't let it fade. Try it tomorrow morning, just 5 minutes, and watch how small steps open massive doors. If this inspired you, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that transform the way you see life. Because your 5 minutes start now.